Hi, I'm Barry Donovan. Welcome to the First Impression Warrior vlog. Today we're going to talk about how you can expand your influence in networking by hosting your own meetup group. Now, why would you want to host a meetup group? Well, let me tell you. Number one, you can reach people who you want to do business with. How much easier or simpler would it be to host an event and have people come to you who you want to do business with and who you want to help them grow their business? Two, you come across as a leader. You're the host of the activity. You're the one putting it together. People look up to you. They look to you as a leader. Not a bad thing to have. Three, once you start building your group, you have access to all the members through Meetup, and you can communicate to those members through the Meetup platform. Now, a word of caution, don't overdo it. I communicate about 5 times a month for my current monthly meetup, and maybe one of those times I talk about my business or a offering that my business is having. The rest is strictly reminders about the meetup. So how do you go about setting up a meetup? Well, the obvious thing is go to meetup.com and click on Start a New Meetup. But before you do that, let me share with you a few tips. One, know what your purpose is going to be ahead of time. My meetup that I host is a monthly cocktails and conversation networking event. There's no formal agenda. People come in, they get a name tag, they mix and mingle. And then I'll talk about what to do after the event. But the purpose of the meetup was to bring people together and from a certain area and let them mix and mingle for an hour, 2 hours at a close by location. Two, ID the location that you want to have that meetup at. Is it a bar, a restaurant? It depends on your activity. Mine is a cocktail hour or a happy hour, so we meet at a restaurant. When you're looking for a location, do not pay the location to have you there, okay? You're bringing 10, 20, 30 people or more to that location. There's no reason in the world why you should be paying them to be there. I talked to 4 or 5 different groups, or restaurants, I should say, and 4 of the 5 wanted me to pay $100 or $200 just to be there. Insane. So I finally found one that has worked out perfectly. We bring about 30 to 35 people a month to their location. People have drinks, they buy food, everybody wins. So don't pay for a location unless it's absolutely necessary. Pick a date or frequency of your activity. Is it going to be once a month? Is it going to be once a week? Determine all that ahead of time. Now, once you have that all laid out, then go to meetup.com, click on the Start a New Group button, and follow the steps to start your new group. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not free. It's not expensive. It's about $90 every 6 months to host a meetup, depending on the number of people in your group. I don't think my group is at 305 people, and I think once you get over a certain threshold, it may be 750 or 1,000, maybe more. I don't know, to be honest with you. Then the charge goes up a little bit, but don't worry about that. So once you have your meetup set up, what do you do next? Well, you got to promote it. Use your social media, use your email list, talk to your friends, anybody you know, spread the word, tell them to go to Meetup, provide a link in your email, signature, whatever you need to do to spread the word about your activity. Meetup will also advertise or publish it when people are searching for things to do in your area. So you'll get that exposure as well. Like I said, my group started a year ago, a couple Thursdays ago. And in the beginning, I would have been happy to have 15 people come and have cocktails and mix and mingle and get to know each other. We started out our first night with 23. We average about 30 to 35. And those people, some of them are new every week, every month. Others are recurring folks. So there's a nice mix. But once you get activity on your Meetup, Meetup will promote it even more. So it's important to get people signing up. And there'd be a whole other video on how to use Meetup. I'm not going to talk about that today. What do you do at the event? Well, the day before the event, make sure you send out a reminder. The day of the event, make sure you send out a reminder. Very important. At the event, keep it simple. If you're going to do a happy hour, which I recommend once a month, very easy to do, and you get a lot of traction out of it. So have name tags, have a list, check off the people that show up. Maybe you have a attendance policy. If somebody RSVPs and doesn't show up and they do that 2 or 3 times in a row, you kick them out because they're taking space that other people could have. Whatever the case may be, facilitate people meeting. That's your job. After the event, the next morning, send out a thank you to everybody who came. I usually send it out to everybody in the group, whether they came or not, and remind them of why they came to your activity, what the purpose was. In our case, it's networking, so I remind them, look, you met a handful of people last night. Take the business cards that you got, whether they're printed or digital, a little plug for my business card, and follow up. Set up a one-on-one meeting. Get to know, like, and trust that person and start building that relationship. If you don't do that, you're wasting your time. And I don't mean you, I'm talking about the people who attend the activity. So as a leader, you need to remind them and push them so that they get the most out of your meeting. If they do, I guarantee you they'll come back month after month after month or week after week, whatever the case may be. If you need some more tips on business networking, I will post a link to an ebook that I wrote on best practices for business networking, and you can check that out, download it, and there's about 23 tips in there that'll help you with your networking. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for joining me. If you like this vlog, certainly click like, share it with your friends, and let other people know that we're out here. I appreciate you joining us on our first vlog. Have a great day.